everybody, welcome to the FTW podcast, the Wrestling World Knowledge Laughable Glory. I am Harrison, and with me as always is Joe. Say hello, Joe.
Harrison, I feel a debacle coming on.
Really? You don't think we popped that cherry already?
Yeah.
Rob, say hello, Rob.
Hey.
Kevin, say hello, Kevin.
What's up?
And Garvin's man the boards. I'm not going to make him say hi or else, Tonight's episode number 106, coming to you live March 20th, 2012, and we're just going to be limping through this whole thing. If you're new to the show, check out FTWpodcast.com to get more about us, our likes, dislikes, what we like to date, what we look for in a significant other, how to get involved in tonight's show, as well as upcoming shows. You can reach out to us on Twitter, Facebook, voicemail, text message, and email. We'll be bringing your comments and questions throughout the show, so if you want your voice to be heard, that's how you do it. Tonight's live chat can be found at FTWpodcast.com/live. Always fun in there, entirely too many dick jokes about me, if I'm completely honest. You can also email questions at ftwpodcast.com, and if you're on Twitter, use hashtag FTWLive. We'll be reading all your messages on the air throughout the night. Also, once again, want to remind you guys that it's time to vote and decide who will be inducted into the first class of the FTW Hall of Fame. We're going to be posting the polls on our Facebook page throughout the week, and we'll be letting you guys know on Twitter and everything. Now, this is your hall, all right? So let your voices be heard on this. It's going to be fantastic. The FTW Hall of Shame. Now for our question of the week. Last week we asked if with EY and ODB holding the Knockout Tag titles, what if TNA unified the tag belt between the Knockouts and the regular men's division and turned it into a mixed tag team championship? I liked this. I think Rob liked it, but I think that was it, right?
No, I liked it.
Oh, Joe liked it.
I don't care, but I didn't care if it was mixed. It could be guys against a mixed team. It could be women against a mixed team. It could be women versus guys. It didn't matter.
Oh, you were just saying grab bag. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I was more with Joe on that too.
Okay. Well,
so
regardless. Anyway. So basically we were asking, what if TNA tag matches were mixed, compelling or not? Nobody else liked this idea besides us. Craig said no, it would turn into a joke. It's too limited, unfortunately, what you can do with mixed tag matches would be reduced to nothing more than a gimmick. Jay saying, I can just imagine Abyss giving a black hole slam to Velvet Sky. Not a good idea. TNA should go back to doing nice full tag division like they used to have. Friend of the show, Awesome, said, my initial thought would that it'd make sense to have one tag team titles and allow the teams of gendered and a mixed up, basically what Joe was talking about. The problem is that they would likely be that if they dominated by male tag teams because they consider the females not to be resilient. Adam said, I love this little romance storyline between Eric Young and So Funny and So Good, but merging them, no. And King of the Ring on Twitter said, mixed tags, EY's comic relief was needed for this to work. Who else would you go with? I just can't see it. Live chat likes it, so thank you, guys. I appreciate that. And everybody else on Facebook and Twitter, you're wrong.
Quick note to the guy who said,
No.
Just imagine Abyss giving a black hole slam to Velvet Sky. He hit Daphne with the black hole slam. So Spike has gone there before.
Yeah, wasn't that I'm trying to remember the stipulations around that, though. It wasn't
but the question here is, can you imagine Velvet Sky giving her finisher to Abyss?
That'd be awesome.
I'd love to see her try.
If we thought Cena throwing Henry on her back was one thing, Velvet Sky, yeah, that'd be pretty stellar. We like the idea. The chat likes the idea. Nobody else likes the idea on the entire internet. So maybe TNA, it's good to not listen to us once in a while. I cannot believe no one had our back on that. I thought it was a cool idea. I still like it.
It's good. Difference of opinion.
Yeah, I guess, but you don't want a difference. But you don't want a different opinion with your audience, or else you won't have your audience anymore. Just look at Glenn Beck.
No, Glenn Beck's audience died.
Now to be honest, in his chat references Monsters Ball, Abyss versus Taylor Wilde versus Raven and Daphne. I think I remember that match. I think I remember it pretty good, and Monsters Ball was pretty good. All right, anyway, speaking of not listening to us Impact, Rob, why don't you run us down the show, the go-home show for Victory Road. What'd you think? What was the standout moment of the night?
Well, one of the standout moments of the night was the Austin Aries promo. I liked when he came out, went on about how he's become the longest reigning X Division champion, and then Zema Ion came out, and the two of them actually had a good exchange, and Zema Ion was actually able to generate a lot of heat going into that match and really elevate excitement for that match. The other thing that really stood out to me at Impact is that they're finally getting real wrestling fans in the Impact Zone. I mean, people were cheering, people were involved in the matches. They're really starting to get involved with the wrestlers. TNA is starting to get less and less tourists in the Impact Zone, and they're starting to get more wrestling fans, which is very good for TNA.
Now, I think that's down to two things. I think that's down to the product's getting a lot better, also spring break.
Well, yeah.
I think that helps having a lot of college students in that area. I mean, a lot of them went to Daytona, had Bike Week at the same time. A lot of them go to, I mean, Daytona is only an hour, not even an hour away. It's like 45 minutes on the I-5 or the I-4, so it's not that big of a deal. But I do want to talk to you about Austin Aries' promo. Austin Aries is the longest reigning X Division champ. Does that surprise anybody else? It doesn't seem like he's really held the belt for that solid of a time period. I keep thinking he's dropped it like once or twice, but I guess he hasn't.
Well, I mean, he hasn't dropped it, but you're right. It doesn't seem like he's had it for very long.
Well, I think that's the thing, is that, to me, maybe the X Division is just one of those divisions where you're used to quick title changes. I can't think of any one wrestler who's really had the belt for like a long period of time. But yeah, Austin Aries has had it for a good few months.
Yeah, I think Rob makes a great point. I mean, typically it's a belt that catapults people to bigger things. So you usually don't see a guy with it for very long. That's a great point. Everybody else is correct. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but I mean, he's earned it. So I'm glad he had it.
And really
has it still, but you know.
Yeah, but really, I mean, we go on week in, week out, and we'd say we want this guy to drop it and move on. And it seems like, I mean, this is a cool angle, and it is kind of fun to watch him do it. And he's very good at what he does, but, you know, the X Division catapults people to the main event for a reason. And Austin Aries is really, I think, the heir apparent to, I mean, it's a little premature, the AJ Styles throne, you know, where he's kind of this homeboy, you know, didn't come from another company, came up through the ranks and really just dominated whatever division he was in. And I think he could really fill that void that AJ, for whatever reason, just doesn't seem to really be doing a very good job with in the main event. But in order to do that, he has to drop the X Division title. I mean, Rob, do you see him doing that anytime soon? Or do you think they're going to keep him on for a while and kind of ride this longest reigning wave?
Maybe... I think they're going to try to ride this longest reigning champ angle for one, maybe two more pay-per-view cycles. Because right now, what I see them doing is I see them using Austin Aries to help develop Zema Ion and some of the new guys, help get them help get their personas up and running, and I think that's a good use for his talents. I mean, I want to see him in the main event as much as anybody, but I like what they're doing with him because it makes Austin Aries look that much better, because now not only is he a great wrestler, not only is great on the mic, but now he's helping develop other guys. And that is just awesome to find in a wrestler.
Awesome to find in a wrestler that really hasn't been with the company very long.
Right.
I mean, barely a year. I don't even think a whole year yet.
No, I don't think he's been with the company an entire year yet.
And he's helping to build new talent. I mean, come on, that guy is magic right there. Now, I have a question for you before we move on to Victory Road. Biggest letdown, was it Garrett Bischoff or Gail Kim getting the win?
That is a tough question, my friend.
Remember when Kurt Angle was awesome?
It's Garrett Bischoff. It's not even close, in my opinion.
I've got to go with Garrett Bischoff. I mean, they have Kurt Angle just beat the piss out of this kid for 5 minutes, and then, Garrett wins because Kurt Angle just beat the crap out of him for 5 minutes and didn't think far enough ahead to cover him. It's like, really?
You got to end the match somehow.
Yeah, I guess.
They could have done gunfire. They could have done an aneurysm. Just have him flop over, and I don't know. Regardless, okay. So as far as Impact leading into Victory Road, how do you think it did?
I think it did good. It was a solid show of Impact. It really helped push the pay-per-view event. I think it really did everything it needed to do. It generated a lot of excitement. Yeah, I was happy with Impact.
Okay. Speaking of happy with being Impact, let's move on to Victory Road. First predictions, Rob. I'm about to make you very happy because you won, buddy. Our Victory Road predictions. You went wall to wall. Every single match we had on there, other than Bully Ray and James Storm, because that was announced earlier in the day, you got every single one right. You were the only one who thought Austin Aries was going to retain, and you were right. So, hats off to you, buddy.
Thank you.
Rob, I think this is your first lead of the entire year, and what a great time to have that lead, man.
You don't need to be winning in the beginning. You got to be winning at the end. And Joe,
Am I actually ahead now?
Yep, you are ahead with 9. Kevin, Joe, and I have 8. Garvin's got 2. Scott's got 1, but we don't really count because Scott's not here. Joe, you and I had the second most, so I'm going to give us half a point, so that way Kevin's will always be in third place now.
No, I think you should take no points, and same with me and Kevin.
Nope. You and I got half a point. So, Kevin, congratulations on your third place finish, buddy.
I give Kevin all my points and put him.
No, you can't do that. You can't. No,
make the judgment call.
No. This isn't Monopoly. You can't do that.
No. You cannot push other people down just because you want to.
Well, I'm the one here with the board. I have doc access to the scoreboard, and all I have to do is point period 5, and fine, I deleted it. Rob's in the lead, and we're all tied for second.
There you go.
Really, I mean, when we started, seriously, 1 year later, down to the wire, this is Rob's to lose, going into WrestleMania, and realistically, we have like a 4-way tie. I mean, at most right now, Rob, you either win or you tie for first place. So congratulations, buddy. God damn it. All right, so Victory Road. What was your favorite moment about Victory Road?
I would have to say
no. Kidding.
Ranking up there with my favorite moment would be Austin Aries winning, because that match, as soon as Austin Aries won, I'm like, yes, I've got this. As soon as Austin Aries won, I'm like, there is no way I can lose. The worst I can do is tie somebody. This is mine. I didn't know I was going. Obviously, I didn't know I was going to end up going wall to wall. That surprised the hell out of me. Outside of that, I've got to say that my favorite moment of the match was AJ Styles and Mr. Anderson against Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. That, to me, ranked right up there with Sting versus Bobby Roode, which was another awesome match. But, I was happy to see Mr. Anderson back in action. And Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Anderson, they all did what they did best, and they put on one hell of a tag team match.
Okay. Gail Kim beating Madison Rayne, because you and Joe were the only ones that predicted this, and it seemed like everybody else on the show, we really want Gail Kim to drop the title and get her in the hunt for it, because since she came back, she's been basically given it and then left to rule, you know? Yeah. So what'd you think of the match? I mean, did you like seal of approval?
I like the match. I mean, Madison Rayne is an awesome talent. She really is, I think, one of the more underrated women wrestlers that TNA has. They had a good match. What I hate about Gail Kim matches, though, is I hate when they have like these great matches that go back and forth. You don't know who's going to win. And then all of a sudden, Gail Kim, out of nowhere, hits her finisher, and boom, the match is over. It's like, okay, we get it. She can hit her finisher anywhere. Stick with an actual match now. I think it kind of dampens the entire match.
Okay. All right. Speaking of which, we did have a couple of questions. One was from Mr. Luce Libre, or Lucho Libre, or whatever, on Twitter. Do you think Crimson is a better heel than face? And with his turn, where does that leave Morgan? What do you think?
His turn leaves Morgan in a feud with Crimson now, which could be used to catapult Matt Morgan up to a possible hunt for the world title. And yeah, I think Crimson is a better heel than a face. I mean, he never really had much personality as a face other than, yeah, I'm going to win, man. Yeah. So
he's Randy Orton.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what what they do with Crimson as a heel. I think it could be good, and I'm looking forward to an epic feud.
Okay, my second question is, what's a catapult?
Catapult.
Okay, is a catapult kind of like it's a catapult, but it's got a portal at the end, so you shoot it through and it just pops out the other end?
No,
Yes,
a catapult is a hole that a cat crawls in and out of from the abyss.
I always thought it's a place where you park your catapults.
Yeah, that could work too.
Like a multi-level garage?
The correct answer to that, guys, is actually D, all of the above.
Okay, well now you're just confusing us.
Yeah.
All right, and the other one is Ken on Facebook asked, what purpose did Bobby Roode have smearing Sting's face into Dixie Carter? He's already got a very big heat magnet. It's just kind of beating a dead horse. Do you agree?
Yes and no. I mean, I get that where Ken's coming from. I mean, they've already done this before, especially with him spitting in Dixie's face. But to me, when I saw this match, it was kind of it didn't strike me so much as beating a dead horse as it did just, Bobby Roode saying, I've won. Nothing you and Sting do can stop me. I didn't have a problem with it. I kind of liked it. I thought it was a good way to end the match, especially since they ended the match by asking Sting to pretty much knock himself out.
Okay. Now, did you like the show? Because the live chat, everyone in the live chat watched the pay-per-view, and they all liked it. Are you with them? Was it a great pay-per-view?
Yes, it was. I mean, the only thing I could say negatively about Victory Road was they went WWE with the Twitter. I don't care that Gail Kim is trending. I don't care that Madison Rain's trending. I don't care. Stick with what they used to do. Taz should have been doing commentating, not arguing with people on Twitter like he was for half the show. That's really the only bad thing I could say about Victory Road.
But Rob, the one difference though is that TNA actually incorporated Twitter into their show. They interacted with people. They made it seem like you were actually interacting with the show, versus, just saying, hey, this topic is being trended, like he's bringing a Wii is trending.
Hey,
no, it's not.
If that ever trends, I win. I win the FTW podcast. I win.
So, I wish it would die.
So I think the opposite, Rob. I think it was a fantastic use of Twitter because, like, even in the interviews in the back, they actually took fan questions. Now, whether or not they actually took real questions,
completely ignored his fan question.
Well, that's Sting playing his character. I mean,
but still, yeah, I still think it's nice that they showed some recognition to their fans and gave their fans a voice on the show.
I thought, yeah, I can see that. I just think they went overboard with it, especially like for half of the main event. Like I said, Taz is not for half of Sting versus Bobby Roode. Taz is not commentating; he's arguing with people on Twitter. And I'm like, really?
Well, okay. So, to close it off, Garvin asked the live chat if this was the best pay-per-view in 2012 or even the past 365 days, and a couple of people responded back saying, best I can recall off the top of my head, and my favorite is, well, compared to the shitfest WWE has put out this year, Victory Road was great. So there you go. Why don't we catapult ourselves over to SmackDown so Joe can run us through the Return of the Peep Show. Yay, Peep Show!
Yeah, I was really surprised, man. Return of the Peep Show. Kristen brings it.
I mean, did you guys eat a bunch of peanut butter before we started the show?
Really? You're going to get into this right now.
Shut up, Joe.
Really?
Go on. Keep talking. Just talk about SmackDown. Shut up.
So how many times has Harrison just totally flubbed everything he's saying we've edited out of the podcast? Let's see.
Pout.
1, 2.
At least 100 4, 5.
Pouting.
Episodes worth. So, Christian starts off the Peep Show with the Peep Show on SmackDown with Johnny Ace and Teddy Long. Basically, it comes down to Christian joins Johnny's team, which then ends up leading into Kofi Kingston and David Otunga going at it. And, I don't know. Kofi Kingston picks up the win. There's not a lot in this one. It's a lot of... The show is full of squash match. I mean, you started out, you had like Cody Rhodes beating Great Khali. Did you expect Khali to win? I mean, maybe if Cody had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Randy Orton calls out Kane. Kane says he doesn't want to fight him unless it's at WrestleMania. Big Show beat Drew McIntyre. Mark Henry beat Yoshitatsu.
Hey, remember him?
Yeah, remember? It's like a quota. It's like everybody's got to beat us. It's like a squash match. Like, okay, let's get the guy we haven't seen on TV in like ages. Just bring him out. And then Chris Jericho beat Sheamus by countout. The only thing I think that was really, truly interesting was AJ beating Nikki Bella. I don't know. Like, to me, that was the most entertaining thing on the card.
That okay, really? Because I mean, well, yeah, I guess.
Nikki held her in a submission hold for like ages. Daniel Bryan's like rallying her
For like ages.
It was for a very long time. You don't see a submission hold last that long in a men's match or a women's match, and she looked like she was really ranking on her. They sold that one well. Yeah, I mean, Daniel Bryan stops the Bellas from working their twin magic, and AJ ends up picking up the win. Man, it was entertaining. They actually put some stuff into it.
Okay, so it's Nikki that's really started to step up her game, but not Brie, right? Or because one of them has gotten pretty good, and it's really hard to figure out which one it is.
And the problem is the big way to tell them apart is one of them has a tramp stamp, and they keep covering it up.
Yeah.
But
so, well, regardless,
yay for one half of the Bellas, Ellas, picking up their game. So.
All right. So anything? I mean, nothing big on SmackDown. We'll just jump right into Raw.
I think we can go right to Raw, just because it seems like a holdover show for us until the next WrestleMania type.
Okay. How about this? Was anyone pissed about how Booker T tore AJ down after the match, saying it wasn't a real win?
Booker's just pissed because they don't want him in the ring anymore. I don't know. No, I don't get it. I don't know if they're trying to make her a heel. Like, he's trying to make it sound like AJ's a heel when she's not. She just happens to be with Daniel Bryan, who's a heel. So I still think she's working as a face, and that, his mental abuse is, working. So eventually she's going to snap and smack him in the face, and he's going to lose the title. Probably WrestleMania.
Okay. All right. Because the response to that in the live chat was, I just stopped listening to the commentary. It's like going to a sporting event and watching the stupid crap on the screen, which, fair. Very fair.
Very fair.
All right. So that was SmackDown. Raw. Kevin, go.
Raw seemed like they tried to shove, 10 pounds of Raw in a 5-pound bag. They're trying to put so much into Raw right now. I don't know. It's to an absurd level. And I understand you got to build to WrestleMania, but this seems, I don't know, just almost ridiculous, how much they're trying to fit in. Kane didn't even get an intro. Just in the ring, there's fire, and here comes the Big Show. Anyway, Jericho Punk have their segment. Jericho apologizes and then says that his sister, Punk's sister's a drug addict.
Sister's a whore. Oh, drug addict, sorry.
Okay, does this have anything to do with his vignette, end of the world thing? I don't know. It kind of counterintuitive to do both things there. I didn't really get that.
It's become to me, it has become very apparent they're quite literally making it up as they're going.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I understand wanting to do a realistic angle. Punk, that's what Punk wants. That's what he always wanted. But it seems like this is way too late. I mean, we're 2 weeks before. It seems like, we can't think of anything. What should we do? Let's try this. And it's Punk's doing his best, I honestly think, but it's not very good. So, yeah, Kane beats Big Show. Cody interferes. Cody puts up another pretty funny video package. You know, you gotta like the Big Show for just kind of rolling with it. Like, hey, you know, got a self-deprecating sort of humor, which I can appreciate.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that, and the video package was pretty funny. Otunga beats Santino. All right, the build up for this match. I was so much more interested in the Laurinaitis Teddy Long feud before they screwed it up on SmackDown 2 weeks ago.
So you're not hot on the Teddy bitch slap?
No, I'm not hot on the Teddy bitch
slap.
Oh,
the chat loves it.
There would have been a lot more on the Teddy bitch slap if he would have stood his ground instead of running away.
He didn't want to damage that suit.
I slapped him. I'm out of here.
I want to damage that suit. That was a nice suit.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm a fan of suits, but come on. Stand a little ground. Grissom cojones. Bitch slap and run. I had a problem with it. Rock has a taped segment. It's better than recently. I mean, that's
really.
Like I said, better than what he's done recently.
Yeah, that's fair.
Brian and Ryder, I thought was pretty good. I'm Ryder coming back. You had to wonder if a little bit of time might affect him. I thought he did a good job. And obviously Brian's just doing great work right now, all across the board. Cena and Mark Henry was pretty good. I can't believe Cena got Henry up for the AA and held it there for about 5 seconds.
It seemed like you could see he wanted to get his left arm up there, but he wasn't sure if he could, so he just kind of was standing there, and you could almost see it on his face. He's like, "Fuck it," and then just throws him.
Oh, come on! I could lift Mark Henry's leg if I'm lucky. Was all my effort. Did I fall?
Yeah, I gotta be honest. That match was pay-per-view quality. That was so good. Yeah, I was almost pissed when it ended, and the crowd was into it.
Yeah. Sheamus and Miz was pretty good. Anybody remotely disagree? I don't see how you can, but anybody remotely disagree that there's not a Miz face turn at WrestleMania?
It's possible, but with him,
anyway, this doesn't happen. He's on Team Long. That's how they're going to do it. I'm sure. I'm completely sold that he's turning face at WrestleMania.
The only caveat to that would be he keeps bitching that he's not in the main event at WrestleMania, not in the main event at WrestleMania.
But this week he talked about how it was the biggest burial King Kong Bundy style, that he's not even in a match.
Right. He could. Granted, Kevin, they could put him in that match.
100% positive it's a face turn on Team Long, and maybe that's what puts Team Long over the edge. Maybe they want to go that way. I don't know. I would think it's still Laurinaitis, but I still think that's I'm totally sold. It's a Miz face turn at WrestleMania.
See, the only thing I'm saying against that is because he wants to be in the main event, so maybe he'll interfere in the main event, just like Rock interfered last year in WrestleMania's main event.
Maybe.
That's the only thing I could possibly say could happen against him turning face. Or he could even be on Team Johnny and then switch to Team Long.
Well, the chat's saying Miz is either going to get the last spot on Team Johnny next Monday, or he'll be a surprise addition to Team Long. I'm going to be honest. If he goes to Team Long, I see a betrayal at WrestleMania. And he's going to betray Team Long, and then he's going to be like the number one heel in that feud.
Maybe.
And he'll take over Otunga.
The face turn's been possibly long coming for him. But that's a good thought, Harrison. I don't want to say that wouldn't happen.
All right. You guys annoyed that they're calling it Team Johnny and not Team Ace?
No.
Not really.
No, because they would be calling it Team Laurinaitis, and nobody wants to keep saying Laurinaitis.
They don't want it to be known as Johnny Ace either. They're definitely pushing him as John Laurinaitis. So.
All right. Chad also has a great comment. Maybe he'll sell popcorn in the stands. Popcorn, get your popcorn. It's awesome. All right. So
Jimmy got some.
Yeah. All right. Kev, real quick. Orton getting the mic. Always a bad idea.
Yes.
Why did they do that?
I remember his name. Good for him.
I was watching Raw. My wife looked up from her book and said, "What the hell? Who is that?" I'm like, "Well, that's Randy Orton. He's actually quite talented." And they're like, "Are you serious?"
Well, he's right. He's also quite orange. But the one thing I did like about that segment is they did something they haven't done since like the 80s, which is they did an interview away from the crowd. They made it look like where they had like that random platform out in the crowd. And they would cut a promo like with Mean Gene Okerlund, except I know they did it on the stage but
Yeah.
they had his back to the crowd. It wasn't like they did it in the ring. It wasn't like he was facing the crowd the entire time. He was facing the camera, and all of the crowd was behind him. I thought that was very cool and a little retro kickback.
Yeah, you have to wonder if maybe this, Josh Matthews starts doing that more, because I will completely agree there. I did like the retro style. Maybe that's something he could fit in on, because he just seems to be floundering right now.
Yeah,
So.
it seems like the older fans, like those of us that remember those Mean Gene Okerlund interviews and stuff like that, loved it, and the newer fans didn't, because it's a change from the norm. Okay.
One last point before we move on.
Or,
Scott is completely right. There is absolutely no doubt next year it's HBK Triple H at WrestleMania. He's right.
So, yeah, you think after Raw, after Monday.
There's no question he's right. I got to give it to him. I don't want to see it, but he's right.
Okay, all right. So HBK will make a return. Scott and Kevin call it.
I don't have any doubt in my mind after what happened in the ring. There's no doubt he's right.
WrestleMania 29, HBK versus Triple H. Book it. Yep. All right, so now Jay on Facebook, we call that stuff for us to talk about. And Jay, a friend of the show, said if we could talk about the Shane Douglas incident and what we thought about it. You could be completely forgiven if you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. I actually don't know what it was, but Garvin, our producer, does. So, hey, buddy, can you pop on real quick and give us a rundown real quick, or do you want me to just kind of recap it terribly?
No, I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you watched it live, you had no idea what was going on. It was during the Kane versus Big Show match, right before the end. Basically, what happened was Shane Douglas was in the crowd. He was a masked luchador, and he pulled off his T-shirt, and then he pulled off the mask and turned away from the camera to get the crowd to start chanting ECW, and then he left. That's basically how it happened, but how his team is promoting it is that it was like this big Shane Douglas is crashing the party to promote whatever he's doing right now. I think he has a independent event, this weekend or an upcoming. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's facing Rhino in some fed that might bring in a couple hundred people. So he was at Raw. He made this big incident that you never saw on TV, and the live camera feed that you might have seen if you checked it out on YouTube, if you heard about this, because I had to hear about it on Twitter before I knew. You saw that there was pretty much only one or two people chanting ECW, and it really wasn't that big of a deal to everyone else.
To basically the world.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Yeah. So there you go. There you go. That was the Shane Douglas incident. Basically, I think I can speak for everyone on the show before we move on, saying Shane Douglas did about as well as someone like him would do in a situation like that. I think that's pretty diplomatic and accurate because he is a moron. Finally, I get a reaction. All right, we got to ask FTW. You can ask us questions by emailing us questions at ftwpodcast.com. You can send us a tweet to ask at
FTW Podcast.
Thank you, Joe.
Don't even say the at.
And you can catapult a post to the Facebook wall at facebook.com/FTW Podcast.
He makes fun of me a half second after he stumbles. It's awesome.
You want to know why, Rob? Because I'm the host of the motherfucking show. Deal with it. I'm going to put on my sunglasses and you can deal with it. All right, it's my regular glasses.
Oh, wait, that's not a CSI Miami thing. Okay.
So Robert on Facebook, this is actually my question of the week, asked, should there be a TNA Hall of Fame, and who should be the first 5 inductees? Yes, there should be a TNA Hall of Fame. They've been around for a while now, and I think they deserve to have something like that. Problem is, who would be the inductee to this that wouldn't also be an inductee in WWE's Hall of Fame?
I got 5 of them.
Okay. Yeah, because you're the hipster.
I agree. I think there should be TNA Hall of Fame. First 5 inductees: AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Beer Money. So that's James Storm and Bobby Roode, and Kazarian, and Christopher Daniels.
Motor City Machine Guns.
Motor City Machine Guns would be competing with Daniels for the 5th spot. Okay. You could interchange either of them, but the top 4 are fixed. For number 5, you could go Christopher Daniels. You could go Motor City Machine Guns.
Velvet Sky.
But that's two people though. The tag team, you'd almost have to do it. Well, I guess you could do it as a tag team. But
WWE does it as a tag team.
Yeah, you can do it, and they're doing all of the. Yeah. Oh, go on, Joe.
But I mean, you're leaving out guys like the Wildcat Chris Harris, for America's Most Wanted. Leaving out. You're leaving out Scott D'Amore for Team Canada.
See, the problem is with this, not so much who you're leaving out, but who you can bring in that wouldn't also either be an ECW talent or WWE talent, because a lot of...
Aren't I just naming a couple?
Well, right. I mean, but that's the thing. Is like we're not naming like a Mr. Perfect. Like a guy who was a seminal importance to TNA at a time period when they really needed it, or was like whatever.
Vince Russo.
I'm sorry.
That.
Live chat's saying AJ. They're saying Styles, Joe, Daniels, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley.
I find it funny that nobody in the live chat mentions Kurt Angle.
Well, Kurt Angle's going to be WWE.
He's also
he still made a giant mark in TNA.
See, that's the thing. That's the problem. It's like you look at that. You can look at Sting as making a huge mark in TNA. But WCW.
Kurt Angle, Sting.
But Kurt Angle's going to be WWE. Sting was arguably bigger in WCW. I mean, that's the problem. Right. Is like here's the thing.
Overdose.
Hang on, here. I want to bring this up. Chat basically brought up exactly what I'm getting at, which is not knocking TNA and its accomplishments, but it's way too soon for TNA to do a Hall of Fame. If they do, Sting should be the first one right off the bat. If not, Jarrett and Styles. Really good point. I mean, it is too soon for TNA to do it. I have to agree with that.
Jarrett does not go anywhere near a Hall of Fame ever for any reason.
There wouldn't be a TNA without him.
What? Not enough for me.
Come on.
Sorry.
Not enough for me. But okay.
That's like saying when Vince McMahon dies, he's not going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, he could be an ass, he could be terrible on the mic, he could be a jerk, but there would not be a TNA without him. With him in that, what was that fishing trip he went on with, I can't remember who else the other two guys are. But anyway, there would not be a TNA without him. Anyway, this is going to be our question of the week. We want to hear what you guys have to say on our Facebook page. Should there be a TNA Hall of Fame, and who would be the first 5 inductees? Madison Rayne, Velvet
Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal. Wow, Joe, that's a really good one. If they brought him back, he's a lock. Yeah,
love me some Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal I could see, but the main problem with Jay Lethal is that TNA never let him be himself. They always had him doing impressions of other wrestlers, and it makes it hard for you to be taken as a legitimate Hall of Fame candidate when you're not being yourself.
Are we just going to have to do a TNA Hall of Fame? I think we're just going to have to be. It won't be officially sanctioned by TNA, but it'll just be the FTW presents the TNA Hall of Fame.
Hey guys, just one name that you're leaving out, and I understand why you're leaving him out, but you should include him, and that is Ken Shamrock, who was the first TNA champion.
Yeah,
he's going to be in WWE's.
Who cares?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, yeah. Anyway, all right. So yeah, check out our Facebook page.
The Gobbledygooker is going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Well,
hey, Ken Shamrock did more than Gobbledygooker. Should there be a TNA Hall of Fame, and who would be the first 5 inductees? All right. Next question. It seems like just about everyone is expecting the WWE to follow tradition and release 10 to 15 people after WrestleMania 28. Think of it as like spring cleaning. The Kilo G on Twitter asked, who will be released? And out of those released, who will land in TNA? Uso Oso asked, with the recent health issues, can WWE afford to actually let anyone go? Where do you side? Are they going to clean house or no?
Drew McIntyre is gone.
No way.
Yeah.
Nope.
Drew stays, Dude Buster goes.
Thank you. No,
really?
Yeah. Rumors are that, according to a bunch of people who go and watch TNA or watch WWE house shows, Drew McIntyre is working on a new character. And we talked about it last week, didn't we? Where he's taking the gay angle.
Yeah, that's right.
It's going to be sad, but he's not going anywhere, at least for the time being.
Yeah, well, they've buried him so much. You're probably right, but they've buried him so much. Heath Slater.
Slater goes.
God, half of the people that are left had ended up in.
Hawkins and Rex are gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yoshitatsu's are probably buried.
What's his face that used to walk around with Great Khali? He's gone.
Oh, yeah, Jinder
Mahal.
Jinder Mahal, he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat's echoing us that Tyler Rex is gone after Mania. Okay, now the flip side is, with the injuries, do you think they can afford to do this? With the injuries, potential car accidents, do you think they can afford to do this?
Yeah.
No.
Ooh, Rob says no.
No, they've been hurting for talent a couple of times anyways. They're going to release people anyways after Mania. They do it every year, but they really can't afford to, and they're going to wonder why in a couple of months that they're looking around hurting for talent, or all of a sudden bringing people up from FCW at the last minute to try to fill voids.
Assuming they don't close FCW down. Waka waka waka.
Right.
Yoshitatsu, Slater Bourne, Evan Bourne. Wow.
Yeah, he's
From
gone.
Chat.
Yeah,
he's
they're
gone.
out there.
The fact that they haven't teased his release or anything going on right now, yeah, he's gone. Probably Riley, excellent point too.
I'm hoping Oksana goes.
Oh yeah, they'll probably just clean all the cruft out of the Divas division.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to keep the Bella Bellas.
Natalya will probably be gone, either by her choice or by the WWE's choice.
Really,
Okay.
I think she'll stay, but I think that well, not AJ, but most of the women are going to go. They're going to keep Kelly. They'll keep the Bellas. They'll keep Natalya, Beth Phoenix, Karma.
Yeah, AJ.
Well, like I said, it might not be WWE releasing her. It might be Natalya saying, "Yeah, I'm done."
No, I got to be honest. I don't think Natalya's going to be leaving. I don't know why.
The shitty ass gimmick.
It doesn't matter.
She has a gimmick.
Pun intended.
She has. Yeah, I know the fart thing. She has a gimmick. That's a lot more than you could say about half of the Divas division. So,
Granted, but
starving people would love to have McDonald's. Yeah, it's not the best thing for you, but it's food. So, all right. So,
use the term loosely.
well, yeah. You can use the word gimmick loosely. We've all said that we want to see Austin Aries elevated to heavyweight championship, but Connor from the OK Fabe show, I don't even know what that is and who this person is, asks, when do you think that he'll rise? He's in the live chat, I think. When do you think he'll rise, and will he be pushed into babyface role soon? I refuse to. I'm going to walk away from this because for fucking months I've been talking about they got to get him out, and it seems like every pay-per-view I'm the first one to say this is going to be the time when they finally put it. So I'm done. I'm done. When it happens, it happens. I'm not going to make a prediction. You guys take this one.
I think we could be seeing a face turn for Austin Aries coming up soon, and I'm excited as hell to see what he can do as a face.
If you're saying face turn coming up soon, I'm saying I would say in the next 6 months, probably near the farther end. I know this thing with Zema Ion's pretty strong right now, making him a face, but I don't think he's going to advance, especially with the title picture looking like it's going to be, they're going to put it on Storm with Root, with this entire Root thing. I don't think another face would work right there yet.
Well, I don't think they're going to be pushing him up into the main title, the world title picture anytime soon either. I think it's probably going to be at least 3 or 4 months before Austin Aries gets serious pushes into the world title picture, at least, because whoever wins the Matt Morgan Crimson feud, mark my words, whoever wins that feud is next in line for the world title.
You know what, Connor? Yeah, I get that you're putting your thing in there. I'm not giving you free opinion time on our show. I don't care if you are in our chat. Anyway, Connor said the reason he thinks it's a face turn is common is because mainly who's left for him to face on the roster that's a heel. Plus, the face turn might launch him out of the X Division. I got to be honest, he'd be out of the X Division before the launch. I mean, meh. And face heel doesn't matter. He just wants to put more A double on my TV. What? No, all right. I can see where he's coming from as far as face turn, and it's going to happen simultaneously. Just face turn, get him out of the X Division at the same time. It would be pretty awesome, but I'm not going to do this anymore. I've been hurt, man. I've been hurt bad. I've been cut deep. I'm not going to burn myself anymore. There's only so many times you can touch that hot pan before you realize no. All right, you guys ready for the main event?
Let's go.
First item, actually only item on the docket for the main event. Anyway, it's big event coming out of Victory Road. Devon won the TV title at Victory Road. Now, are you guys happy he won, and do you think it's a mistake that Devon actually got the title before Bully Ray? Anybody besides Rob have an opinion? Rob, go.
Yes, I'm happy that he won, only because I absolutely cannot stand Robbie E. Other than that, I don't know why they gave Devon a title before Bully Ray. They keep teasing Bully Ray as like a legitimate world title contender, and he is. I mean, Bully Ray's got great mic skills. He's turned in some awesome promos. He's had some great feuds. He's really been pushing the main storyline that TNA needs to be pushed right now. And Devon gets the title. I don't care if it's a shitty title. It's a title. Devon is gone for vast swaths of time, and they give him a title before Bully Ray. It's fucking ridiculous.
Here's the reason, Rob. Bully Ray doesn't need a title to get over.
Yes.
There you go.
Exactly it.
That's a good point.
And
he's amazing on the mic. He's got the ring skills. He's a fantastic heel. Devon can't find a place to fit, so the only way to try and get him over is to put him in this instance.
All right, so from the chat, Robbie E did more with the TV title than anybody else. Fie on you, Rob. It's just the TV title.
No, he
Billy
didn't. He stood around and came out every pay-per-view and did the stupid open challenge gimmick. That is not doing more with the title than anybody else.
Who else did it better? Thank you.
Eric Young did it better.
Eric Young.
Thank you. Yes, Eric Young did it. Eric Young did it better when he beat up on people he thought were Hollywood stars.
Eric Young didn't wait in the ring for someone to challenge him. He went out and found people to challenge.
He drove cross country looking for people to fight.
That's because Robbie E is clean shaven and therefore not manly enough to actually go out and challenge people. It's just
Team Beard.
Team Beard. It's just a TV title. Bully still got a chance for the major. Another one, Devon deserves it. I think that this gives him a chance to really do something with the TV title now that actually has some more attention. Ray is clearly the better heel and is higher on the card, but Devon deserves it for all the hard work. I hope he gets the TV title, gets at least some attention or treated better now. And finally, it's a slap at Billy. Oh, I'm sorry.
What did Devon? I'm curious to whoever in the live chat posted this. What did Devon do to deserve the title?
Okay. Don't start that discussion now. I want to do one more, then I'm going to toss some red meat at you guys, and I want you to discuss this. Next one up, it's a slap in Bully Ray's face, and he will just make him that much more heel-ish. Bully has been awesome on the mic. I'd hate to see it go that way. That's one sentiment. I'm half on that. Here's the other one. I think this is the beginning of the end of Devon as a professional wrestler.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think this is his sunset.
It's a good point.
He wins the TV title.
Give him one singles title. Yeah, I can
Yep.
see that.
And Bully Ray is going to be pissed for this exact reason. He hasn't won gold. Devon gets the title. He's going to be furious. They're going to have a feud, and it's going to be some kind of retirement match. Devon's retired, and then maybe we'll see Bully. Well, I don't want to say we'll see Bully Ray do a face turn, but I think this is the sunset of Devon Dudley as far as a professional wrestler.
Are you trying to suggest that Bully Ray is going to have to end the era?
How else would you do it? I mean, the Dudleys have quote-unquote retired as a tag team, so they're not coming back for that. They're both singles wrestlers at this point. Devon is clearly more interested in his school than he is on being on TV, and now he has the TV title.
Well, here's the question, Harrison. You said that you think Bully Ray's going to turn face. I just want to clarify.
No. I'm just saying. It's like maybe he'll turn and go face. I don't know. I mean,
if he were going to turn face, he would actually probably come to Devon's rescue at some point, like in a post-career match beatdown. Like he loses the match, he's getting the shit kicked out of him. Bully Ray comes down, saves him. It's like one last Team 3D reunion before Devon leaves.
All right, Chad has a good point. Devon has been working out hard, though, in the last few months. He's dropped weight and he's got more cut. Why would you do that only to retire? I personally don't know. When I see this turn of events, I just can't help but look at it. Is how many years does Devon...
It's because nobody wants to have a body built like mine. That's why he's been working out.
TNA has nothing for Devon right now. That I mean, the last time TNA had Devon in major ring action before this was the whole little feud he had with the Pope, the Pope D'Angelo De Niro, and that was a train wreck. Yeah. They've got nothing for him, so I agree with Harrison. I think Devon is, he's probably ready to wrestle if needed. He'll take the extra money. He might wrestle a few matches in defense of the belt, but I think he's on his way out. Devon has made it clear that he is much more focused on training new wrestlers than he is
himself
advancing his own career. And that might be something you need to get in shape for, too. If you're going to train young guys on how to be pro wrestlers, it might help if you're in shape and can keep up with them.
Well, the Rocky movies would disagree with you. It's just, I look at this and I'm half with the chat on, look, Bully Ray is going to be near this anyway. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to have Bully Ray and really put Devon over as a face, to have Bully Ray the two of them kind of reigniting their feud around the TV title. It gets Bully Ray around some gold, not the main event gold title picture, but there you go. I just can't help but look at this and think, how many years does Devon have left in him? He was clearly, between Devon and Bully Ray, he was clearly the least athletic one. They were both still charismatic when they were Team 3, but I mean, he was the least athletic one. I can't imagine that Devon would have many years left in him.
Devon was the power guy in that team.
Yeah, right. He wasn't like the agile one. He wasn't the one where you looked at and went, "This guy is going to be wrestling into his 60s."
He was also a guy who could cut a good heel promo, but Bully Ray just buried him. Like, yeah, Devon could cut a good heel promo, but then you looked at Bully Ray, and Bully Ray was just so much better.
Well, it's because Bully Ray had more could definitely play the angry redneck. You know what I mean? Like the angry, misinformed white guy a lot better.
That kind of what, and I think that kind of helped. And I think that's kind of helped Bully Ray get over. I mean, one of the first parts of Bully Ray's emergence as a heel was going on about how he was Team 3D, about how he carried Devon and everything. And when you look at the two of them over their career, over what roles they filled, you find yourself going, yeah, I could see that.
Well, Devon was the straight man. I mean, that's what he was. He was the foil for Bully Ray to kind of be... He was that foundation that Bully Ray could then leap off of, like Joe was saying, where he could be the angrier one. Anyway, Garvin, you got a point to bring in? Go, buddy.
I also share everyone's general anger that Bully Ray hasn't been given that shot. That the real quality, consistent title shot. But at the same time, if you take a step back and look at this, I mean, they're really both taking the same role right now. And that is, they are the veterans putting over the younger talent. So Bully Ray is being used to put over Robert Roode and Devon
will be used that way.
Devon, just because he has the title doesn't mean he's going to be keeping the title. He obviously has the experience of being a trainer in his own school. TNA can now use him in that role here and give him a reason to actually be on TV, because previously he didn't really have a reason to be on TV.
Yeah.
So I'm actually okay with this for that reason. But I would love to see Bully Ray hold some type of singles gold. I wouldn't say he necessarily deserves it, but, like over a Devon, but he definitely deserves it on the quality of work that he has been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at Bully Ray as a singles talent since Team 3D broke up, and you're absolutely right, Garv. I mean, Bully Ray deserves it on that alone. You don't have to look at his legacy and think, well, this guy clearly deserves gold. He's Bully frickin' Ray. You can look and go, this guy has done amazing work since they stopped doing the tag thing.
Yeah. If Bully Ray had just come in and had not been a part of 3D, if he had come in like an Austin Aries or something.
If he Mickey James'd it.
Right. He'd have gold by now.
Yeah. Okay, from the chat.
His work has been that good.
Here we go. From the chat, basically what I was saying. Bound for Glory, Devon versus Ray, tables match, loser retires.
Yeah, I can
possibility?
see that.
Rob's on it. Joe, Kev?
I could see it.
Kev?
I could see it happening. I don't know if I'd be down with it.
Yeah, I can see it happening too, but only because, in the back of my mind, I can't help but look at this and think Devon's on his way out. But, hopefully I'm wrong and Garvin's right. I mean, having the two of them in is going to be great. All right, you guys ready to move on to quick hits?
Quick hits.
Quick hits. All right, time for quick hits. For those of you guys new to the show, each one of us is going to get 30 seconds to sound off on a news topic, and if there's time afterwards, we'll scream at each other for a wee bit. As we saw, Drew McIntyre destroyed Hornswoggle 2 weeks ago. So why was Hornswoggle written off TV? Because apparently, ladies and gentlemen, they're rebooting the Leprechaun movies, and he's going to star in them. Who's excited? Joe.
I actually am sort of excited, but I can't see him doing it. He's too clean. I just want to know, since he's going to be taking over this Warwick Davis role, will he also be redoing Willow?
Rob.
This is going to be a fucking train wreck.
Okay, Kevin.
Yeah, Rob's exactly right. I am absolutely not looking forward to this. The Leprechaun movies are considered some of the worst movies of all time, and for whatever reason, they decide to bring them back. Way to be Hollywood. Way to run out of ideas. This is going to suck. However, good for Hornswoggle for getting the role. Props to him. Nothing wrong with that. Screw this. Screw this, Hollywood. You suck.
I have to echo what Greg said on Facebook. The only thing good about the Leprechaun series is that it brought us Jennifer Aniston. There you go.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I'm basically echoing everyone else's opinion. Steven said on Facebook, a friend of ours, I hope he has much success, if that means keeping him off TV. Yes, 1,000 times, yes. But the best thing comes from the chat, because I think it'd be funny if the WWE wanted to produce it, because that means I get to review it. And this would be like mainlining heroin and injecting it straight into my eyeball. I would OD on this movie. I mean, I look, I've already written stuff for the China porno, and I haven't watched it yet.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, I am salivating that the WWE wants to remake The Leprechaun starring Hornswoggle. Vern would be better. Vern Troyer. Yes. Vern Troyer would be better. Beth Phoenix.
Billy Barty.
Okay, now.
And he's dead.
Yeah, let's stop naming little people. Beth Phoenix will be a match.
Not anymore.
Beth Phoenix will be in a match on WrestleMania 28, but it's not against Tamina or Karma. It's against Kelly Kelly and celebrity Maria, Menounos. I don't know. Who is she? Oh, no, she was that...
She's the host of Extra, since you didn't watch Raw.
No, I did. I just forgot about that segment. And Beth will be partnering with Eve. Your gut reaction on this, Joe?
Don't like it. If you're going to bring in a Maria for her to fight, why don't you make it fucking Maria Kanellis? Because, she was hot. I don't know. I just don't. At least it's somebody who's actually wrestling trained.
Good enough a reason as any. Kevin, go.
Yeah, this is going to be a disaster. I mean, I feel bad for Beth because it sucks because Karma's not ready, and I don't think they wanted to do anything with Tamina for this, so they threw something together. And I think they wanted to put even a match too, since I'm pretty sure she was the one pissed off that she got screwed last year at WrestleMania. But it's gonna suck. Sorry, it's not gonna be any good.
Okay, Rob.
This would be the match where you go to the bathroom and or buy food from the concession stands.
It's a Divas match, of course it is.
There you go. Especially WWE, especially at WrestleMania. All right, I'm basically echoing what Mr. Lucha Libre said on Twitter. Instantly depresses me. The only way that this can be fixed is if Karma comes out and clears the ring.
I think she will. I think she'll get involved.
No. Not if there's a celebrity. The celebrity thing will be done, and that match will be over, and she will most likely leave, and then Karma will come out and destroy whoever's left. So if Maria and Kelly, they're going to win. They'll leave the ring, and it'll be Beth Phoenix and Eve left, and then Karma will come out. If that's what happens. Because they're not going to clean house on the celebrity.
Not usually, no.
Yeah, exactly. And the chat also brought this up. 1 5-minute clip from Extra is the build. Enough said. There you go. Several sources are reporting that WWE has re-signed former Intercontinental Champion A-Train. Nothing has been confirmed, and A-Train even sent out a few tweets to deny the reports. Regardless if it's true or not, do you want to see the Aster back? Joe.
You know what? If he's really improved, he's not a giant fat bastard, and he took all those piercings out of his face, then maybe. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him. Maybe he's going to fight Brodus.
Wow. Brodus versus... And they can rename A-Train to Soul Train.
Oh,
Brett?
who's racist now?
Rob, what? Oh, come on. Soul Train, it works. Rob.
I'm trying to get the mental picture, the mental image that Joe just
A-Train?
put in my head.
A-Train. No, come on. Train doing the soul dance.
No.
Soul Train. Bow, wow, wow, wow.
I don't think I don't think I want to see him back in WWE. I think the WWE has moved past the kind of stuff that he did, and his work was never really good. Anyways, his mic skills are god awful. No, I don't think the WWE needs him.
Kevin.
Yeah, I'm with Rob. I don't see why you'd bring him back. I don't think they need him, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You would figure he'd probably come in as a heel. They have a lot of heels in the mid card. I don't get it. I don't think that would make sense, and I wouldn't do it.
Okay. I want him back because I want Soul Train versus. I want that. I want that match. I want those two entrances. I want tons of dancers around the side of the ring leading up to it. I mean, it would be a party. It would be a party. It would be fantastic. Chat saying A-Train is great. Did very well in Japan. Can't wait for him to be back. And Garvin says...
Oh, yes. Actually, there are a few rumors that we need to talk about. So I'll try to be brief because I know this is quick hits. But anyways, he's at SmackDown supposedly tonight. So he might actually be debuting. And if you saw the promos for Lord Tensei or Tenshi, or I don't know how you pronounce it, that's actually him. The tattoos all match up to a recent picture of him in Japan. So the other rumor is that he'll actually be a big brute, like Brodus Clay used to be in his previous gimmick, but as John Laurinaitis' big lug guy. Also, the live chat says Vince likes big dudes, so it's obvious why they're bringing him back.
There you go, Joe.
Fair enough.
That will trend before he's bringing a Wii. I guarantee it. Okay. But really, A-Train, I thought it was something else was the thing. Anyway, from the live chat, could you see WWE making WrestleMania a 2-day event, even if it's just for 1 year, Joe?
They already have.
No, yeah, with access. No, I mean,
No. Hall of Fame.
Whatever. Not that. The pay-per-view itself, matches, everything. WrestleMania is 2
not
days.
at all.
Okay.
In that instance, not at all.
Okay. Kevin.
I think eventually it's going to get to that point. I think 15 or 20 years down the road, if wrestling is still around, that's what's going to happen. We talked about this a little bit last week, where the idea of splitting it between two cities. I think that's what's going to end up happening at some point. I don't know how that affects pay-per-views or what they would do there, if they would just do one long one and mash it up. But I do. I think eventually this would happen.
Okay. Rob.
I'm sure the thought has crossed the minds of WWE creative, but I'm with Kevin. I don't see how you do it. I mean, you charge people 2 separate prices. Do you allow people to buy day 1 but not day 2? How do you? It would just be a real mess. So at the moment, no, I don't see them doing it.
Okay. I gotta be honest, I'm on the fence with this. It seems like a cool idea. I mean, I like things that are different, so I think it's a cool idea, but at the same time, like you guys said, I mean, how would you... I mean, is a cool idea. Logistically, it seems like a nightmare, like
Right.
Bob said. Anyway, Garv. Okay, first off, the chat's saying no. So, well, then it's official. The chat's saying no. Garv, what do you think?
That is a umbrella statement from the chat. The one argument I have for it is that they could do it the same way that they kind of started doing the Slammies, where the Slammies would have a award or two and then have a match. And then an award or two and have a match. So they could do the same thing with the Hall of Fame. They could do, a Hall of Fame induction and then a match. Or they could do it, as a Sunday Night Heat type show and bring that back.
Okay, so it wouldn't be the pay-per-view exactly, as they would collect like a couple dark matches that would normally be done, and they just air them. They just do it the day before during the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't think that they could do a 2-day pay-per-view, but they're already not doing that with with Hall of Fame induction. That's on USA the day before. So
No. They air clips of it shortly thereafter, but the whole thing actually is a pay-per-view buy.
Okay. I did not realize that.
Yeah, because you have guys who are talk for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
True.
So
anyways,
that's why that's its own event, is because to give those guys their credit and their due. And
Yeah, but if you bring like a Sunday Night Heat or even tape like a Superstars or something there, that could give you some extra matches, and there's enough bodies, you know.
But then you got to think the arena.
That's not a whole nother WrestleMania. That's not like part 2 of WrestleMania or part 1 of WrestleMania. We're
gonna do some matches.
It's teaser for the main event, for the big event.
So then the questions remain. One, where do you do this? Do you do this in the arena the day before?
You could.
Can you?
You do it in an arena nearby.
Okay, so instead of it being
show off the WrestleMania set before WrestleMania.
Okay, so it wouldn't be like for WrestleMania, it's being done in Miami. It's being done in the same building as the Heat play, right? I forget what that's called. So you would do it at like a college university or something? Well, whatever. Anyway, you would do it in the same city in a different arena because they have access there. So you have people in town for the weekend. So you can just use them, and I guess if you buy an access ticket, you can also get that. I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking, like, I like the idea that Garvin's coming up with, where you do it as a separate thing, but it's not like it's like a WrestleMania preview show.
Yeah, I don't think you can do an actual WrestleMania.
It's a 2 days.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that. But
and there's
I like
not enough matches for it, you know.
Well, now
because then they would have to build up, you know,
so
14 matches.
Right, but at the same time, think about what Kevin said. You know, in 20 years, we're all on our hoverboards and eating our meals in P form. Who knows what?
20 years? No, bitch. 3. Didn't you see Back to the Future 2?
You know, How long did it take? No, we don't even have flying cars yet. Anyway, one last thing. Take this with a grain of salt. Take this with a grain of salt because it's being reported on the dirt sheets, but apparently it was announced at the WWE SmackDown taping tonight that Yokozuna will be the next inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Good.
Anybody on the show really disagree with that? All right.
If you go back a few months ago, Kevin disagreed with that.
I do, but I'm keeping my mouth shut.
All right, that's fair enough. I mean, we can argue about it next week. All right, so the undercard. FCW is not closing down. If you had followed Twitter or the dirt sheets or anything, basically what happened is the Wrestling Observer had reported that the that WWE is closing down and dissolving FCW and bringing it north to Hartford, I believe, and they're going to open a new Fed there. Basically, everybody's saying this is false. Triple H came out and said that what they're going to do is basically they're not closing it down. They're actually going to expand and developmental work some more, and that the rumors are unfounded. Even the commissioner of FCW came out and put down the rumor. So Wrestling Observer is left literally with their pants down, pink and naked, junk to the world, and everybody's realizing, holy crap, maybe these things really are full of crap. The Oklahoma State Athletic Commission looks to be banning combat sporting events. In the letter they sent to companies, professional wrestling was singled out, but professional Oklahomian JR put the kibosh, saying that it's not happening. It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out because, well, we were talking about this a lot in the pre-show, because if they do ban combat sports, that means no MMA, no boxing, no Strikeforce, that kind of stuff in Oklahoma.
Which to me is completely stupid. All you're doing is using tax money. Somebody who wants to see that is going to go somewhere else where they could spend it in your state. That's so dumb.
Well, they'll just go to
Texas.
Texas.
It's like it's a dry county. Why would you ever have a dry county? A freaking rampant alcoholic's just going to drive 15 minutes, buy booze, and bring it back.
Guess you drove through a dry county recently.
So what, buddy? You try to do a pit stop, and you were like, "Fuck! What do you mean that they don't sell alcohol here?"
All the time when I go through Kentucky. Like, if I drive south through Kentucky and have to stop in the middle of nowhere to get a bite to eat, well, it's Dry County. Why?
I can just see you. That's the best answer. That's the best response to that ever. Why?
No, seriously. Why?
I stopped to get a bite to eat. This is a Dry County. Yeah. It's nothing to do with food, though, sir.
Yeah. Philadelphia and Central Ohio.
Would you eat something, Joe?
I never drink when I eat. I like to savor the savor the food, and I'm a fat guy. I have the body that Devon used to have.
Food is a religion. Well, we got blue laws in Ohio. Sunday we can't sell alcohol after. I think it's between noon and 4. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I think it would have been interesting if this had not ended and that professional wrestling would have been sanctioned as a combat sport in the state of Oklahoma. I find that incredibly interesting because to me, professional wrestling strikes me more as ballet, really, than boxing or MMA or anything like that, because it is choreographed. It just seems so strange to me that they would. I mean, and they named professional wrestling in the letter. So, anyway, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is coming out. I haven't read the book. What I like to do is I like to see the movie and read the book just to piss everybody who was a fan of the book off. But here's to hoping that they reference his professional wrestling career. Do you think that they will? Do you think they'll mention that at all?
I hope so.
Be cool.
It would be cool.
Good.
All right. So, once again, new addition to the projected WrestleMania 28 card. Beth Phoenix and Eve versus Maria Menounos, I don't know, and Kelly for the Divas tag. For the obligatory Divas match on WrestleMania, the champion, whatever. Okay, so just run down real quick. John Cena versus Rock, which may not have, well, it had this scary moment, Monday when Cena got rear-ended. It might not happen. Undertaker versus Triple H and Hell in a Cell with HBK as the special guest referee. Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus for the World Championship. CM Punk versus Chris Jericho for the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes versus Big Show for the IC. Santino, Kofi, Truth, Zack Ryder, and versus Otunga, Henry, Christian, and for GM Control. Orton versus Kane, and what I have to be honest, why is this match on there?
Because Kane's pissed that he had a handshake. That he shook.
Also, we know who the last two are on Team Laurinaitis. They announced it on Raw. So you can erase those question marks and put Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger in there. Thank you.
Look at who didn't read further down and proofread the doc there, Kev. Could have been nice if you would have went down there and said, you know what I should do? I should check the projected WrestleMania 28 card and update it for this show. Boo on you.
I'd rather make you look stupid.
Make me look stupid. I can easily pass the buck on to Garvin. Orton versus... I'm not going to. Orton versus Kane. Orton versus Kane. I don't want to see... This is such a shoehorn thing. Ugh. Anyway. All right.
That's the thing for me.
Yeah. All right. Wins of the... You guys ready for win, Phil?
Yes.
Wins of the week. Joe, your win of the week. Go, Joe.
I think the AJ Nikki Bella match. It's going to be my win of the week. I know it sounds stupid being a Divas match, but they impressed me. I didn't expect much, and they gave me a lot more than I expected.
It wasn't complete crap. That is your bar for win of the week for a Divas.
Next. Damn, man, I do one serious one, and you get all crazy on me.
Gavin, your win of the week.
My win of the week is Cena getting Mark Henry up for the attitude adjustment. I mean, damn.
Well, I thought you were going to say John Cena getting in a car accident.
No, that was impressive. I mean, that's a giant man. He held him up there for a good amount of time. I mean, it's impressive, Cena. Nice work.
Okay, Rob, your win of the week.
My win of the week is going to be the Victory Road pay-per-view, more specifically the Sting versus Bobby Roode match, where Sting ends the match by knocking himself out. Sheer brilliance.
All right. I'm going to give mine real quick, and then we're going to go into the chat. Mine is Cena versus Mark Henry, the entire match. That was pay-per-view quality from both guys, top to bottom. The fact that Cena was in a car accident and managed to turn that in is just amazing to me. I mean, it's just proof that this guy is... I know we're all sick of him getting rammed down our throats, but there's a reason the guy is an amazing talent. Mark Henry, when he clotheslined Cena, right when they came back from commercial, clotheslined Cena, went up to the ring, grabbed the rope, and shouted. I was like, yes, this is awesome. And the crowd was into it. It was a great, great match, especially with the energy and flowing, or the energy and the flow that they had going. I honestly think that thing could have gone for another 5 and 10 minutes and have been even better. So I'm hoping after WrestleMania, I want to see Cena and Mark Henry going at each other. I mean, that match was money, wall to wall. From the chat, Victory Road is getting lots. Victory Road, fantastic pay-per-view, huge change from last year, top to bottom, great booking. One person said changing the channel and not watching the HBK, Triple H, and Taker promo. Another person said Victory Road. Hornswoggle in the lead role of the Leprechaun reboot, even though the Leprechaun reboot got the fail. And Teddy's Ace Slap, which I kind of like that. Teddy's Ace Slap. Sounds like a great name for a porn. All right, fails of the week. Joe, your fail of the week.
My fail of the week is your Teddy's Ace Slap joke.
Teddy's Ace Slap.
Ugh.
Fine. What? What, Joe? What?
The fact that Rob didn't
What?
say Jay Lethal
What?
was in the TNA Hall of Fame.
Rob, your fail of the week.
Not sinking to Joe's level. My fail of the week is that they're going to remake the Leprechaun movies and give Hornswoggle the lead role. Seriously?
That is a solid fail. Kevin, your fail of the week.
My fail of the week is Garrett Bischoff beating Kurt Angle. Listen, David Flair 2.0 should not beat anyone. He should not beat me in a wrestling ring. He shouldn't beat the love child of the Shockmaster and Ed Leslie. And somehow, Garrett Bischoff, they gave him the win over one of the great wrestlers of all time.
Would be the ugliest.
I mean, sorry, that is TNA. You've done a lot right. That is absurd.
That would be the ugliest baby I've ever seen. Oh my god. Oh yeah. All right. Anyway, well, need some eye bleach. Mine is Swagger's push-up on Kofi's. You know, basically when he did the push-up on Kofi and kind of did the slip him the shocker thing on Raw, that was bordering on some kind of hate crime. It was a little. If you saw where his left hand was, it was like, I don't think Kofi signed up for that. From the chat, rebooting the Leprechaun movies, Triple H and HBK Taker promo didn't deliver for whatever reason. I completely agree with this next one. The Rock giving a beaten Mark Henry a rock bottom and then acting like we should be impressed. My inability. No, I'm not reading that one. Kurt versus Jeff. I'll never understand. I'm not reading that. I'm not, because that means I would have to pronounce that name again, and apparently I can't do it. Kurt versus Jeff. I'll never understand the I'm jealous of my son liking someone else thing. And Orton's promo from Raw. I'm not Kane. I'm Randy Orton. Duh. That was so terrible. Is anybody else really tired of Rock? Or at least what they've been doing with him?
But at least it's going to be over in a couple of weeks.
All said,
Hopefully.
The scene is done.
Keyword there, hopefully.
But here's the thing. Going into this a year ago, when Rock came out, and you heard his music for the first time, and they booked this match, did you honestly think it would be The Rock that we were tired of?
I figured I'd be tired of both of them.
Well, you're just looking forward to SummerSlam. Because I heard you on Shotgun Saturday afternoon. You were like, I'm tired of WrestleMania. And yes, I do listen to that show.
Yes.
Yeah. I just can't believe it's Rock that we're tired of. Anyway, yeah, we do a plug. Yeah, fine, I'll plug it. We do a thing called Shotgun Saturday afternoon. Basically every weekend, I want to say. What we do is we do a rapid fire 5-question thing with us. It's a lot of fun. What's really fun about it is that it's on, shut up, Garvin. I know it's on Saturday. All right, YouTube.com/FTW podcast. Pretty good segment. Garvin basically hosts it. He does a great job, Garvin. You do a great job hosting it, buddy. I'm gonna give you a little nudge on the chin there. Good job.
That's because we edited heavily. No, I'm kidding.
Really?
Just kidding, Garv.
Anyway, Garvin hosts it. 5 questions, rapid fire. The best part is that we don't know what the questions are ahead of time, and so they're really weird 9 times out of 10. But it's great. 5 quick questions, and the best ones that we get are the ones from you guys letting us know what the questions are. Shotgun Saturday afternoon. It's on YouTube.com/the FTW podcast. Definitely check it out. Yeah, Joe said he's tired of WrestleMania. He's looking forward to SummerSlam, which made me think. You know what pay-per-view? I know we're going off topic here. You know what pay-per-view I really wish they bring back? Bash at the Beach.
Oh, God.
Some great memories for Bash the Beach.
A.K.A. the Great American Bash, a.k.a. the Bash.
Outdoor
The heel turn that nothing will ever touch.
Well, no, not just that, but just outdoor venue, on a beach, party atmosphere. It was great. It was always great.
Yeah,
Well,
That was any night.
what was the name of it? WCW used to do an outside one too every year from Sturgis, where the ring's like surrounded by motorcycles. It got old horribly quickly, but
That was Great American Bash, wasn't it?
no, that was
Pretty sure that's what it was.
No,
it might have been.
now I got to go find the Wikipedia.
But anyway, no, I was thinking, because when you mentioned SummerSlam, I'm like, you know what, I really wish they'd bring that back. Outdoor venue, on a beach, party. I mean, it would just be money all around.
Wild. First one was called Hog Wild.
Hog Wild. Okay. That's not what they were all called, was it?
No, the first one was called Hog Wild, and after that it was called Road Wild.
Okay. I don't really remember that one. But yeah, outdoor atmosphere with party. I mean, I think it would be great if they brought that back. I mean, they still own the rights to the Great American Bash or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but then the lights go out and like that one WrestleMania and...
but that wasn't an outdoor event. That was at Half Dome. Didn't Taker get caught on fire at that point?
No, you're getting your...
that was last...
That was an elimination chamber. That was an
elimination chamber. Sorry. Anyway. Once again, check out from the chat. What about Greed? Nah. Once again, sorry, buddy. Sorry, whoever suggested in the chat, Admiral Bull, but no. Once again, check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/FTW podcast. We'll be running the polls all week to decide who should be inducted into the FTW Hall of Shame. This is your hall. This is, you know what? No. This is our hall as fans. Hall of Shame. We get to honor them like the Razzies. This is ours. This isn't Vince's. This isn't Bischoff's. This is ours. Definitely let us know what you think and let your voices be heard. And as of this weekend, we posted 2 episodes of the FTW Roundtable on youtube.com/the FTW podcast. Basically recapping WrestleMania. We went through 1 through 20 on the first one. This weekend, we'll post the final roundtable in the series where we discussed WrestleManias 21 through last year, 27. If you can find some more exclusive content on our YouTube channel, Waka Waka, as well as full clips and episodes of the FTW podcast on youtube.com/the FTW podcast. Once again, your question of the week, and it's going to be posted to Facebook in a few minutes. Should there be a TNA Hall of Fame, and who should be the first 5 inductees? You've heard what we want. You've heard what we said. We want to hear what you said, or what you want to say. So let us know on our Facebook page, and we'll let you know on Twitter so we can rally you guys around there. As always, you can find this episode as well as our entire archive at ftwpodcast.com. You can head there, buy merch, go buy a shirt. They're really cool, well done, very slimming, very attractive. If you wear it, the gender that you desire will instantly wish to have carnal relations with you. And that is a guarantee from Rob. And if they don't...
Wait a minute, what?
You heard it here, folks. If you wear that shirt to a club and you don't get laid, give Rob a call. He'll come over and he'll take care of you. $20 for a handy, $15 if you want to look at if you want him to look you in the eye. Facebook.com/FTW podcast. That makes me your pimp, doesn't it? So I want 10% off the top. No, 15% off the top before taxes. Twitter.com/FTW.
Hey Rob, I got $50 for you.
You know what?
We need to end the show.
And I get $8 of that.
We need to end the show now.
YouTube.com/TFTW. Hey, Rob, speaking of which, Rob, you coming up to the WrestleMania party? Because if you are, I'm getting $8.
No.
Lame.
We know now.
You're gonna get $42, man. You sure you gotta work Joe a little bit, but I think it's only fair. He might knock that down if you bring an appetizer.
Stroke the taint.
As long as it's not like potato salad or something lame like that.
Please end the show. This is not going anywhere good.
Connor's saying he'll do it for $25. This is not eBay. We are not bidding this out. No. It's Rob. It's $50 and $15 if you want him to look you in the eye, and that's the price. Deal with it.
As always, you can find this episode as well as our entire archive.
Anyway, Twitter.com/FTW podcast, YouTube.com/the FTW podcast for exclusive content, Shotgun Saturday afternoon. You can call us and leave us a voicemail at 313-444-FTW4. That's 313-444-3894. Leave us a message. We'll play it on the air. And you can email us questions to questions@FTWpodcast.com and rate us on iTunes. It's going to be a lot of fun. And buy a shirt.
Harrison's a cock.
Oh, shut up, Joe.
You
know what? I just got you almost a hand job from a veteran, and you're going to call me a cock.